Let me tell you a story about a rising star in tennis. A name you might be hearing a lot more often soon. Victoria Mboko. At just 18 years old, she's already making waves in the tennis world, not just for her power and skill, but for the journey that brought her here. Victoria was born on August 26, 2006, in Charlotte, North Carolina. But don't get it twisted, she proudly reps Canada, where she's lived most of her life. Her roots go even deeper, though, all the way to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Her parents, Cyprian Mboko and Godi Kitati, fled from conflict in Congo and eventually settled in North America. That resilience, that grit, it runs in her blood. She's the youngest of 4 siblings, and yeah, tennis kind of runs in the family. Her older brothers and sisters all played college tennis, so little Victoria grew up with a racket in her hand and the fire to prove herself. Fast forward a few years, and that fire has turned into something incredible. Victoria's playing style? She's a right-handed powerhouse with a two-handed backhand that bites. She's known for her strong serve, her athletic movement, and her ability to stay cool under pressure. She started off swinging Yonex rackets, but eventually switched to Wilson, because she's always leveling up. Before 2025, she was already making noise. She reached ITF finals as early as 2022 in Saskatoon, and in 2023, she defended her title. Yep, no fluke here. As a junior, she was a runner-up in girls' doubles at both the Australian Open and Wimbledon in 2022. She got wildcard entries into doubles draws at Granby and even the Canadian Open, where she began showing flashes of that star power. But 2025? That's the year everything changed. Victoria went on a tear on the ITF circuit. We're talking 22 straight wins, 4 titles without dropping a single set, and then she went and grabbed another title in Porto, Portugal. 5 titles in the first few months of the year. Like, who does that? This incredible run shot her into the top 200, and by June 9th, 2025, she officially cracked the top 100, landing at world number 91, a serious flex. Then came her biggest moment yet, the French Open at Roland Garros. She entered as a qualifier and cruised through the rounds, not dropping a set. In her main draw debut, she beat Lulu Sun in straight sets, 6-1, 7-6, and followed that up with another strong win over Eva Liss, 6-4, 6-4. She eventually fell in the 3rd round to Zheng Xinwen. But let's not downplay this. Victoria became the youngest Canadian ever to win 2 Grand Slam main draw matches. That's history. She's now on a list with names like Andreescu and Bouchard, and she's only just getting started. And speaking of big names, Coco Gauff had something to say about her. At the Rome Open earlier in the year, they faced off, and even though Gauff came out on top, she didn't hold back on the praise. Coco said, "She's obviously a big hitter, can play well, moves pretty well. On the movement side, athletically, she's one of the best athletes on tour." That's high praise coming from someone who knows the grind of rising fast. After their match, Gauff even gave her a few kind words at the net. "Keep your head up, okay? You did great." You could see the mutual respect. Gauff knew what kind of threat she was dealing with. Now let's take a second and stack Victoria up against some of the best Canadian women to ever do it. Bianca Andreescu. She won the US Open at 19 and cracked the top 5. Leylah Fernandez, finalist at the 2021 US Open, made the top 20 at just 18. Then you've got Eugenie Bouchard, Wimbledon finalist and also reached the top 5 when she was 19. Rebecca Marino, another talent, was climbing until injuries slowed her momentum. Where does Mboko fit in this mix? She's right there. She may not have a slam final yet, but the way she's moving, the momentum she's building, and the fact that she's already holding her own at a slam, all signs point to her joining that elite club real soon. The potential is sky high. So if you're not paying attention to Victoria Mboko yet, this is your wake-up call. She's got the game, the work ethic, and the heart. She's got the story. And most importantly, she's got the whole tennis world watching now. From a war-torn Congo, the red clay of Roland Garros, this is just the beginning of the Mboko era.